Take a moment. Right here, right now, what you're experiencing in this present moment isn't random. It isn't coincidence. You're here because you've created a quantum connection with this very moment in your future. And now that future has become your present. Let me explain something profound to you. When you woke up this morning, when you made the decision to be here, when you felt that inexplicable pull, that wasn't just your conscious mind making a choice. That was your future self reaching back through the quantum field, creating a bridge between who you are and who you're becoming. You see, most people live their entire lives in survival mode. They wake up every morning, and the first thing they do is remember who they are, where they are, and what they have to do that day. They check their phones, immediately plugging back into the same reality, the same emotions, the same patterns that they lived yesterday and the day before, and the day before that. But you're different. You're here because somewhere in the infinite field of possibilities, your future self already exists. That version of you who's already manifested their dreams, who has already broken free from the chains of the past, who has already become supernatural. That version of you is sending signals back through time, through space, through the quantum field, pulling you toward your destiny. Think about this for a moment. In quantum physics, we know that particles can exist in multiple states simultaneously. They exist as waves of probability until they're observed. Your life, your reality works in exactly the same way. Right now, all possible versions of you exist as waves of probability in the quantum field. The only difference between those possibilities and your current reality is your observation, your consciousness, your belief, your expectation. Let me share something powerful with you. When you start to understand this, really understand this, everything changes. Your manifestation isn't coming to you because of luck. It's coming to you because you finally aligned your energy with the frequency of that future reality. You've stepped out of the known, out of the familiar, out of the predictable patterns of your past, and you've begun to tune into a new frequency. This is where most people get it wrong. They think manifestation is about wanting something really badly, about visualizing it over and over again while still feeling like they don't have it. But that's not how the quantum field works. The quantum field doesn't respond to what we want. It responds to who we are being. It responds to the energy we're emitting, to the consciousness we're inhabiting. Take a moment right now. Close your eyes. I want you to feel, really feel the energy of your future self, that version of you who has already received this manifestation. Don't think about it, feel it some. Your thoughts are just the language of the brain, but your feelings are the language of your body. And when you can get your mind and body working together, when you can get them both believing in the same future possibility, that's when magic happens. You see, your body is so conditioned to living in the past. Every morning, it expects to feel the same way it felt yesterday. It expects the same problems, the same struggles, the same limitations. And because that's what it expects, that's exactly what it creates. Your body is literally programmed to recreate the past over and over again. But right now, in this moment, you're breaking that pattern. You're here because you're ready to teach your body a new way of being. You're ready to create new neural networks, new synaptic connections, new patterns of thought and feeling that align with your future reality rather than your past experiences. Let me explain something crucial about manifestation. Most people think it's about bringing something external into their lives. They think it's about getting the new car, the relationship, the money, the success, but that's the old paradigm. That's the materialistic understanding that keeps people stuck in the same patterns. True manifestation, quantum manifestation, is about becoming the person who already has those things. It's about shifting your energy, your frequency, your very being to match the reality you desire. Is the profound truth. In the quantum field, everything already exists. Every possibility, every potential, every version of reality, it's all there, existing simultaneously as waves of probability. Your job isn't to figure out how to get what you want. Your job is to match the frequency of what you want. Think about a radio. When you want to listen to a particular station, you don't have to figure out how to create that music. You simply have to tune into the right frequency. The music is already there, being broadcast continuously. Your manifestation works the same way. This is why you're seeing signs everywhere. This is why you're feeling this incredible pull toward your future. This is why you're experiencing synchronicities that seem almost magical, because you've begun to tune in to a new frequency. You've begun to step out of the known and into the field of infinite possibilities. So let me share something that most people don't understand about the brain. Your brain is a quantum computer. It doesn't just process information, it creates reality. Every thought you think, every emotion you feel, sends out electromagnetic signals. These signals attract similar frequencies back to you. This is why it's so crucial to maintain elevated emotions, to stay in that state of gratitude, joy, and expectation. When you wake up in the morning, instead of immediately checking your phone, instead of immediately plugging back into the same reality, take a moment. Sit in meditation. Connect with your future self. Feel the emotions of already having what you desire. Because here's the thing, your future self isn't hoping, isn't wanting, isn't needing. Your future self already has everything you're currently manifesting. This is where the real work happens. In that space between no longer and not yet, in that void between who you've been and who you're becoming, most people can't handle this space. They get uncomfortable with the uncertainty, with the not knowing, with the letting go of control. But this is exactly where transformation happens. Think about a caterpillar becoming a butterfly. In that cocoon, in that space of transformation, the caterpillar literally dissolves. It turns into a liquid before reforming into something entirely new. This is what's happening to you right now. You're in that sacred space of transformation. The old you is dissolving, making way for something entirely new to emerge. Your manifestation is coming quickly because you've finally understood something crucial. You've understood that you can't create a new future while holding on to your past. You can't step into a new reality while clutching your old identity. This is why so many people fail at manifestation. They try to create something new while energetically holding on to who they've always been. Let me explain something about energy and information. In the quantum field, everything is energy, and all energy carries information. When you maintain an elevated emotional state, when you consistently feel the feelings of your future reality, you're literally changing your energy signature. You're broadcasting new information into the field. This is why quantum physics tells us that the observer affects the observed. Your consciousness, your awareness, your expectation literally changes the way particles behave at a quantum level. When you understand this, really understand this, you realize that your manifestation isn't something that's happening to you. It's something that's happening through you. You're seeing signs of your manifestation because you've begun to shift your energy to match its frequency. Every time you choose a new thought, every time you generate a new emotion, every time you make a decision aligned with your future self, you're literally reorganizing the atoms and molecules of your body to match the frequency of your desired reality. This is where science and spirituality meet. This is where the mystical becomes measurable. Your thoughts create electromagnetic fields, your emotions create magnetic fields. Together, they create your personal reality field, the frequency you're broadcasting into the quantum field. And just like a radio must be tuned to the right frequency to receive a particular station, your energy must match the frequency of what you want to manifest. Take a moment right now. Feel into your body. Notice where you might be holding on to old patterns, old beliefs, old ways of being. Because here's the truth, your body can only manifest what it believes is possible. If your body is programmed with the emotions of your past, it will keep creating more of your past. This is why the work we do in meditation is so crucial. When you sit in meditation, when you connect with your future self, when you generate those elevated emotions, you're literally reprogramming your body's chemistry. You're creating new neural networks, new synaptic connections, new patterns of thought and feeling that align with your future reality. Your manifestation is coming quickly because you've finally understood the difference between living as a victim of your environment and becoming the creator of your reality. Most people spend their entire lives reacting to their environment, letting external circumstances dictate their internal state. But you've begun to understand that true power lies in maintaining your elevated state regardless of external circumstances. Let me share something profound about the nature of time. In the quantum field, there is no past or future. There is only now. Every possibility, every potential, every version of reality exists simultaneously in this eternal present moment. When you understand this, really understand this, you realize that your manifestation isn't something that needs to be created. It already exists. You're simply aligning your energy with its frequency. This is why gratitude is so powerful. When you feel grateful for something before it manifests in your physical reality, you're literally pulling that reality toward you through the quantum field. You're collapsing wave functions of probability into particles of experience. You're turning possibility into reality through the power of your consciousness. Think about this. Every great inventor, every revolutionary thinker, every person who's ever created something new first had to see it in their mind. They had to believe in something that didn't yet exist in physical reality. They had to maintain that vision, that belief, that knowing despite all external evidence to the contrary. You're in exactly the same position right now. Your manifestation exists as a probability in the quantum field. The only difference between it remaining a probability and it becoming your reality is your ability to maintain the energy, the frequency, the consciousness of already having it. This is where most people get stuck. They start strong, they generate those elevated emotions, they connect with their future self, but then they go back to their everyday lives and fall back into their old patterns. They let their environment, their circumstances, their past programming pull them back into their old frequency. But you're different. You're here because you've understood something crucial. You've understood that manifestation isn't a one-time event, it's a way of being. It's not about doing something once and waiting for results. It's about becoming someone new. It's about maintaining that elevated state, that new frequency, that new way of being until it becomes your new normal. Let me explain something about the brain and change. Your brain is constantly changing, constantly creating new neural networks based on your thoughts, your emotions, your experiences. This is called neuroplasticity. Every time you think a new thought, feel a new emotion, make a new choice, you're literally rewiring your brain. This is why consistency is so crucial in manifestation. You're not just trying to create something new, you're literally becoming someone new. You're creating new neural networks, new synaptic connections, new patterns of thought and feeling that align with your future reality rather than your past experiences. Your manifestation is coming quickly because you finally understood the difference between wanting something and becoming someone. Most people spend their lives wanting things, wanting more money, wanting better relationships, wanting success. But wanting creates more wanting. It reinforces the frequency of lack, of not having. Instead, you've begun to understand that true manifestation comes from becoming. When you become the person who already has what you desire, when you embody that energy, that frequency, that way of being, you naturally attract experiences that match your new frequency. Think about this. Everything in the universe is energy vibrating at different frequencies. Your thoughts, your emotions, your beliefs, your expectations, they're all frequencies of energy. And like attracts like, this isn't just some mystical concept. It's a fundamental law of quantum physics. When you maintain the energy, the frequency, the consciousness of your manifestation already being your reality, you literally become a magnet for experiences that match that frequency. This is why you're seeing signs everywhere. This is why synchronicities are becoming more frequent. This is why things are starting to flow more easily. Let me share something powerful about the nature of reality. Your external reality is nothing more than a reflection of your internal state. Everything you see, everything you experience, everything that shows up in your life is simply mirroring back to you your predominant thoughts, emotions, and beliefs. This is why it's so crucial. Maintain those elevated emotions, You stay connected with your future self to keep generating the feelings of already having what you desire. Because when you change your internal state, your external reality has no choice but to change to match it. Your manifestation is coming quickly because you've finally understood the power of the present moment. Most people live their lives either dwelling on the past or anxious about the future. But the only point of power is now. The only moment where you can actually create change is now. When you stay present, when you maintain those elevated emotions in the now, when you embody your future self in this moment, you're literally collapsing time. You're bringing your future into your present through the power of your consciousness. Think about this. Wonder moment is a choice point. Every thought, every emotion, every decision is either moving you toward your manifestation or away from it. There is no neutral. You're either in coherence with your future reality or you're not. This is why awareness is so crucial. When you become aware of your thoughts, your emotions, your energy throughout the day, you can catch yourself when you start to slip back into old patterns. You can choose again. You can realign with the frequency of your manifestation. Let me explain something about energy and momentum. When you consistently maintain elevated emotions, when you regularly connect with your future self, when you repeatedly make choices aligned with your manifestation, you build energetic momentum. This momentum makes it easier and easier to stay in that elevated state. This is why your manifestation is coming quickly. You've built enough energetic momentum that you're naturally being pulled toward your desired reality. The quantum field is responding to your consistent energy, your maintained frequency, your unwavering consciousness. Think about this. Everything in the universe is connected through the quantum field. Every thought you think, every emotion you feel, every choice you make sends ripples through this field, affecting everything and everyone around you. When you maintain the energy of your manifestation, you're literally reorganizing the field to support your new reality. This is why things are starting to flow more easily. This is why opportunities are showing up out of nowhere. This is why people are appearing in your life who can help you on your journey. You're no longer fighting against the universe. You're working with it. You're no longer trying to make things happen. You're allowing them to unfold naturally. Let me share something profound about the nature of transformation, real change. Quantum change happens in the unknown. It happens when you're willing to step out of your comfort zone, out of your familiar patterns, out of your habitual ways of being. This is why your manifestation is coming quickly. You've been willing to venture into the unknown. You've been willing to let go of who you've been to become who you're meant to be. You've been willing to face your fears, challenge your limitations, question your beliefs. Think about this. Every limitation you've ever experienced was self-imposed. Every boundary you've ever encountered was self-created. Every obstacle you've ever faced was a reflection of your own consciousness. When you understand this, really understand this, you realize that your manifestation isn't something you need to achieve. It's something you need to allow. It's not about doing more. It's about being more. It's not about working harder. It's about surrendering deeper. Your manifestation is coming quickly because you've finally understood the power of surrender. Most people think surrender means giving up, but true surrender is about letting go of control. It's about trusting the process. It's about knowing that the universe has your back. When you surrender, when you trust, when you allow, you open yourself to possibilities beyond your current understanding. You allow the infinite intelligence of the universe to work through you, to guide you, to support you in ways you couldn't have imagined. Think about this. The universe is infinitely abundant. There are no limitations in the quantum field. Every possibility, every potential, every version of reality exists simultaneously. Your only job is to align your energy with the frequency of what you desire. This is why gratitude is so powerful in manifestation. When you're grateful, when you appreciate, when you celebrate, you naturally align with a frequency of abundance. You naturally attract more experiences to be grateful for. So let me share something powerful about the nature of creation. Everything in your life, everything you've experienced, everything you're experiencing, everything you will experience is a result of your consciousness. Your thoughts, your emotions, your beliefs create your reality. This is why your manifestation is coming quickly. You've begun to take responsibility for your consciousness. You've begun to choose your thoughts deliberately, to generate your emotions intentionally, to maintain your energy consciously. Think about this. Every great achievement in human history